Good evening. I'm Dan Fitzpatrick here at StockMarketMentor.com and OptionMarketMentor.com on Wednesday, April 9th. And I want to look at Johnson Controls here. This was one of Jim Cramer's action alert stocks, and I just wanted to analyze it technically. By the way, that's a pretty good service, action alerts, particularly when you apply Dan's technical analysis to it. So you buy stocks of really good companies and you buy them at the right price. So we're going to go through that, but one thing, first of all, we've had a really successful rollout of our new site. If you haven't been to it, if you're just on the free chart, you know, that's fine. But if you haven't checked it out, you're really missing something, because we put in like many hundreds of hours of man hours working on this, mostly Josh Ostrom. In fact, all Josh Ostrom. I didn't do a darn thing. But the rollout's been great. We've had some good feedback that's helped us kind of fine tune it. And what we're doing is we're offering 20% off on all of our products. Here's the code: 20 off new site. And by the way, if you're not a member, you're still going to get 20% off, but you're going to get 20% off the retail price. If you join as a member, even if you cancel 5 minutes later, if you join as a member, then you will get 20% off the member price. So feel free to do that too. I won't be offended because I don't track who signs up and who cancels, so go ahead and hoodwink me. But the bottom line is, we don't offer just a blanket 20% off of everything, and so we're doing it now to just thank everybody for their patience and their help in this rollout. So anyway, it's 20 off new site. What a creative code. Okay, back to Johnson Controls. If you know technical analysis you see this pattern, but let's zoom out first. Okay, so you see the way this stock is trended. Nice to get in on the trend when it first starts. Okay, we need a flux capacitor to do that because we can't go back to 2012 and trade. But what we can do is we can look at this current pattern. It's a symmetrical triangle. Here's how these things work. Okay, lower highs, higher lows. It's a symmetrical triangle. Ultimately, this will form an apex, like way out here. You don't want to see the price go clear out to the apex, because if it does, more often than not, it just trickles out. So instead, we want to see the breakout, usually before like the last third of the triangle is over. And if we just draw a line here, here's the apex. So we'll say like this is like 1/3 here. I'd say this is about 2/3 here. So this puppy really needs to break out sometime pretty soon in order to give us a continuation, which is typically what these symmetrical triangles are seen as. They're viewed as continuations of whatever the prevailing trend was. Here, the prevailing trend is up, lower left to upper right. So we're expecting this kind of breakout. What I think you can do is use the 200-day moving average, where you can look over in the left box. The current reading for the 200-day moving average is $45.12. Use 45. This is traded above the 200-day moving average all the way along. So keep your stop, buy the stock right now, 47.51. Take a small position. Keep your stop at about 44.50. Now, I get the fact that back here, the low is 43.85. Well, we can keep doing that. We can keep walking that all the way down wherever we want to go. I think the key moving average is the 200-day moving average. I think that's ultimately where buyers would live. And that is, again, at 45.12. So you keep a stop, 44, let's say 90. That's it, 44.90. You keep a stop at 44.90. You've got a reasonable risk on this, because if the stock falls down that low, then the symmetrical triangle is suspect. You want to get out of that trade. You can always get back in, but you want to be out of it if your assumption was that this support was going to hold. Boom, it didn't. Okay, well, welcome to trading. Sometimes stuff happens. And then, so you buy some now, and then if the stock starts breaking out of that triangle, that's when you buy more. So it's not like you're buying initially on the breakout, because then, if the breakout fails, that's known in trading parlance as a bummer. So instead, you take some now, take some on the breakout, and then you're good to go when this uptrend reasserts itself. Look, nobody, frankly, is better, that I know of anyway, of assessing the fundamentals of a company. Kramer's always got some great ideas. Now, sometimes the price action doesn't really help out. We know this. Jim knows this as well. But he's got good ideas as far as the fundamentals of a company. So when you look at that kind of fundamental analysis, and it's pretty rigorous, and then you also look at a price pattern here that's bullish, that's a stock that you want to really pay close attention to. So anyway, hope that helps. And also, again, don't miss, if you're interested in any of the stuff, it's like the 59-minute trader. If you want to learn how to day trade, there's your resource. You want basic options. You want to learn how to short. It's all there. You want to just learn the basics of technical analysis, you can do that too. Coupon code's 20 off new site, and that's all she wrote.